strangest thing. It's shorter than you think. No think.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This your girl Queen Talks Crime. I'm back with another video. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment down below if you have any comments, questions, or concerns. Okay, this video we're gonna be talking about Don Will's BS, his lies. He can't stop it and he can't help it. Okay, so let's break it down a little bit, okay? So shout out to Jay for Justice for giving us more information. And I did a little more research as well. But I'm going to give you facts and I'm going to give you my opinion about the whole situation. Okay? So Don is going around telling everyone that he and Candace had coke in their system. We already knew when he told Chris that they was drug tested and that he was clean and Candace was dirty for marijuana. We already knew that was a lie. Okay, we knew he wasn't clean. And don't forget, he threw his own wife under the bus. He gave her toxicology results, but not his own. I don't know if he even got his results back that quick, because remember, y'all, they just took their blood. How would they know that fast if they was dirty or clean? They wouldn't know that, okay? They would not know that. So he's lying about getting his results soon they took his blood. That's one lie. He lied about his results. So he got his blood taken. He lied about that because they wouldn't have given his results that quick. They would have to process it and test it. So he lied about that. He also lied and threw his wife under the bus saying she was dirty for marijuana, but he was clean. We knew that there was a lie. We knew he wasn't clean already. So let's not be shocked about this information, okay? So he's allegedly around here telling people he was dirty for coke and his wife was dirty for coke. We already know that they're drug addicts, okay? They drug addicts. So let's not be surprised or shocked about that information, okay? We knew he was lying. We knew, Chris knew too. Don is a liar. Okay, he pushes narratives, he pushes stories. They lie, and they've been lying since the beginning, okay? So Don also stated in that screenshot that he has a 12 gauge. Now, I believe if he has been to jail or if he's a felon, he's not supposed to have any weapons. So he's basically telling on himself, why would you say that you have a 12 gauge and you're not supposed to have any weapons? Okay. So I just thought that was weird. You know, you saying you got a 12 gauge. But if you're a felon, you're not supposed to have no guns. Okay. Don stated he had borrowed $50,000. LOL. I don't know what's funny about borrowing $50,000 from a Mexican mafia, allegedly. But I'm going to get into why I don't believe that. But what's funny about that? What's funny about that? Your daughter is missing. Your whole daughter is missing. She could be hurt. She could be dead. She could need your help. This is a joke to Don Wells. This is a joke to these people. This is a story. They want attention and they want fame. Okay? They want attention and they want fame. This is a lies. Okay? Anyway, so he borrowed allegedly $50,000 from the Mexican mafia, and he allegedly paid $30,000 back, and he still owed $20,000. So he wants the people to believe that it's possible someone was abducted by the Mexican mafia because he still owed $20,000. Come on, y'all. Let's think logical here. Let's get into some logical. Put your brain caps on. Let's think logical here. Don is a drug addict. He's been a drug addict for years. His first wife, he was a drug addict. With this wife, he was a drug addict. Same with Candace. She was a drug addict in the beginning. She's a drug addict now. Why would the Mexican mafia, on a higher ranked organization, give an addict, Don Wells, $50,000 or $50,000 in product? Let's think logical here. Why would they do that? They wouldn't. He's an addict. They would know that he would mess up their money. He would screw up their product. He would use up all the product. They know better. They know an addict when they see one. Now, he talks about Mexico a lot because, and let me give you my reason why I think he talks about Mexico, because he has been to Mexico to buy drugs for his use. Yeah, he's been to Mexico to buy drugs. He's an addict, of course. But he wants to portray like it's bigger than what it is. His story has fell apart these 2 months. His lies has fell apart these 2 months. His story, nobody is really believing him. Okay, so now he has to come up with another narrative, another story. So he's told y'all, and he's talked about Mexico because that's where he's been to get his drugs. Okay, that's where he likes to get his good drugs. But now he wants to try to throw out another story because nothing he's done throw out has worked. Nothing he's gave us has been believed. So now he's gone up to the Mexican mafia. Okay? Really? Mexican mafia ain't dealing with you, bruh. You're not on their caliber. Okay? You are an addict. A whole addict out here. You a whole addict. Nobody is giving you that much weight. Nobody's giving you that much money or weight. Nobody's doing that. I wouldn't trust him with $10,000, let alone $50K to flip or anything. And that's me personally, because he's an addict. Anyway, so let's hold off there. Allegedly, Candace is upset with him because he's having all these conversations with these different certain women on YouTube. Very frequent conversations. Well, Candace, you know how Don is. He ain't shit. Y'all dealt with infidelity in your marriage. You know how he get down. He wants to be seen. He wants attention. This is not about his daughter. This is about him, and this is about attention that he's seeking. And Candace don't like that. She wants to be the center of attention. But Candace, you already know how he is. You already know what's up. But yeah, so he's still going behind her back, conversing with all these different women about himself. Not Summer. This ain't about Summer. This is about Don. He's made this about him. He's took the spotlight. It's not about his daughter or her missing. Okay? And then he talks a lot about the Mexican border. But is this a narrative he wants us to look at? Yes. This is a narrative, y'all. Don't get caught up in the hype. Okay? He's not doing business on that level. Okay? He's not. You can tell by looking at his, looking at him as a whole, his whereabouts, everything. He's an addict. Okay, he lived like an addict. He's a functioning addict, but he's an addict, and you can tell. Okay. And addicts don't normally deal with product. They can't do it because they have an addiction, so they do their own product. Okay? So nobody in their right mind would trust Don Wills with that much weight. Okay? With that much weight, no sir, no ma'am. So his narrative is the Mexican mafia gave him 50,000, he paid back 30K, and he still owes 20K, and this allegedly happened last fall. Okay. This is a story. Okay. He knows how the Mexican mafia get down because it's known all over the 50 states. Their whole organization, how they work, how they get down, it's known all over the world. So he's using this as a story, as a narrative. I do not believe he had personal dealings with anybody in the high rank of Mexican mafia. I don't believe it. Okay? But I do believe he's been to Mexico to buy drugs. Yes, I do. He's a drug addict. He wants the best of the best. Okay? So the question is, would the Mexican mafia kidnap a kid for ransom? Yes, they would. Possibly. Yes. But then you gotta logically think, would they have anything to do with a person like Don Wills? And that's a no. Okay? An addict like him, they would sell him product, but they wouldn't dare give him that much quantity or weight. He been to Mexico. I don't think no one in the Mexican mafia done with anybody the likes of Don Wills. Okay. So I looked more into the Mexican mafia. Okay. Because he think he's so smart. He's not very smart. Now Mexico is close to Utah. So yes, he could have went back and forth to Mexico plenty of times. Plenty of times. To buy drugs. Okay. But the Mexican Mafia was founded in 1957. Their activities that they do: drug trafficking, extortion, illegal gambling, prostitution, assault, and murder. That's what the Mexican Mafia is about. Territory: West Coast, Southern U.S., and throughout federal prisons, and California prisons in Texas. He think he can holler Mexican mafia because he been back and forth to Mexico. That's not it. They originally from California. So if you're gonna say something, do your research. If you're going to lie and make up stories, do your research. Okay? The Mexican Mafia is known as the La M. And they're a highly organized Mexican-American criminal organization. Okay? Despite its name, the Mexican Mafia did not originate in Mexico and is entirely a U.S. criminal prison organization. So you're saying Mexican Mafia because you went back and forth to Mexico, but they didn't originate in Mexico. They deal in Cali, West Coast. Okay? Just because Don was close to Mexico from Utah does not mean he actually had ties with the Mexican Mafia. Don is an addict. Don is looking for a story. He's pushing a narrative. Okay? Nobody with the rank of a Mexican Mafia is dealing with anybody like the likes of Don Wells. He wants us to think he's bigger than he is. This is another narrative he is deliberately pushing. So I don't want y'all to fall for it. Take the information in, but don't be fooled by the information. I don't want y'all to be fooled, okay? Trying to piece things together. Yes, he talks about Mexico because he's a drug addict. And he goes back and forth to get his drugs when he was in Utah to Mexico. But don't let him trick you and fool you that he's bigger than what he is and that he dealt with the Mexican mafia and they done gave him this and gave him that. He's lying, okay? He's been lying from day one. He's lying now, okay? Yeah. A lot of these kidnappings and stuff is easy to search, but a lot of the kidnappings had to deal with the Mexican cartel, not the Mexican mafia. There's a difference, okay? So he is really pushing hard this narrative. Do not be fooled, okay? Just think logical. Would anybody with the high rank of the Mexican mafia do business with an addict like Don Wells? Just think about it. Just think about it for a minute. The Mexican cartel, yeah. The mafia, and a lot of them do their work in California. I'm just saying. Yeah, they originated in California, okay? And when they kidnap people, they originally kidnapped them from California and they would take them to Mexico. Like I said, they would take them from California, hold them hostage, and they would get big amounts for like $100,000. And I'm gonna show y'all an article right now where, yeah, it's big money. Okay. So what Don is doing is he's doing his research and he's trying to make two and two together. He's not dumb, but don't be fooled by the lies of Don Wells. So let me show y'all an article of what I'm talking about. A lot of their work and kidnappings and stuff they deal with in California. They kidnap people, they take them to Mexico, they hold them hostage for big quantities of money. Okay? What Don Wells is telling us with the 50K, all of that is bullshit. It's not the truth. Don't believe it at all. But just know that yes, he's been back and forth to Mexico, but for drugs. So don't be fooled, okay? Nobody in that high rank is dealing business with the addict like Don Wells. Let's get into the article. So right here, you got the Mexican drug gang turns to kidnapping in U.S. So in Tijuana, Mexico, American businesswoman Veronica was stepping out of her car in California when two men forced her into the passenger seat at gunpoint, pushed her teenage daughter to the back, and drove them into Mexico. They were in California. Like I said, a lot of this goes down in California. So taking advantage of the lax Mexican security at the San Diego border and with U.S. authorities, they focused mainly on those entering the United States. The kidnappers took the two women to Tijuana in January, held them for a month before their family paid a $100,000 ransom. So like I said, they're not, playing with no chump change. They're not giving out anything. They're trying to receive, okay? Yes, and they do a lot of their business in Cali. I'm not saying only California, but a lot of it went down in California. Okay? And all this is public information, public knowledge. Yeah, all of this is public information. And they did this for money. This was a new way to get funds, okay? Veronica is one of the 30 Americans abducted in Southern California and taken to Tijuana since last November. Many of the victims are of Hispanic origin and hold double nationality. And they do that with people that have money. Money. Majority of the people, they're seeking large quantities of money. The FBI in San Diego is investigating 16 cases of U.S. residents kidnapped and held in Tijuana between October last year and May, including some of who were abducted in San Diego County. Wealthy Mexicans have fled Tijuana since 2006 to live in San Diego's plush suburbs and escape violence that has engulfed the city. More than 200 people have been kidnapped in Baja California state so far this year, a third more than in all of 2007, according to the Mexican Kidnap Victims Association. So all of this is public knowledge. And most of them, you see this, California, Texas, most of the Mexican mafia and Mexican drug cartels, California and Texas, they not dealing with no addict in Utah. Okay? All this is public knowledge all over the 50 states. And all you got to do is research. And that's what Don has been doing for the last 2 months, is researching. And this, he wants y'all to believe because he told y'all he goes back and forth. He had drug dealings before, and he went back and forth to Mexico. So now he's want to tie in the Mexican mafia and on the money to push this abduction theory, this abduction narrative. But y'all cannot be fooled. He's lying. This is a ploy. This is a narrative that he's researched and want to tie in to push his abduction theory, his abduction narrative, and he wants to use him getting drugs for himself in Mexico, going back and forth, and he wants to add in the Mexican mafia. And from my experience and my research, Mexican mafia would not deal with the likes of a Don Wells. They would not deal with no addict. They would not give an addict $50K or an addict $50,000 in weight. That's not happening. And if they wouldn't have got paid back, they would be chopping up Don Wells. They would come get Don Wells. I'm just saying. They know an addict don't got no money like that. They wouldn't even subject themselves into that BS by even doing that. So we just gotta be logical and use our brains and be logical thinkers, okay? Like, share, subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. It's your girl, Queen Taos Karam, and I'll be back with another video. Let me know what y'all think about this $50K BS from Don Wells.